As you all know, if you watched the recent Elite Series at the Pasquotank River, Coikes are still ruling the bass fishing world. And there's a lot of tip videos out there. I've got a lot of Coike videos, and most of these guys on the Elite Series appear to be throwing the Coike on straight fluorocarbon, which is what I mostly do, unless I'm throwing a smaller one on a spinning rod and reel on braid. And seems to be doing the job, but I've found that a lot of the bites that I get on the Coike happen on a slack line. So I've kind of devised a solution for that and have been testing it out. And as you can see here, I've got braided line going to a fluorocarbon leader right there. That's a 15-pound leader. 15 or 20 pound probably do the trick. But look at that. Nice, long, easy cast with that Coike, which is typically really hard to cast. That's an added benefit of this. But the main reason I have for going to this brightly colored braided line is so I can see that line jump when they bite it on a slack line, because every time you pop this thing like this, pop, pop, pause, that seems to be the go-to way to fish this thing, or it has been for me anyway. But when you pop, pop, and pause it, that thing is sitting on a slack line, and a lot of the time when you go to pop, pop it the next time, that's when you feel the fish, and then you reel down. But I don't know how old you are. I can still see my fluorocarbon line pretty good, but using a bright braided line definitely helps visually detect the strikes. I learned this from throwing the smaller fuzzy dice on a spinning rod, and I figured, hey, let's try it on a bait caster, and it appears to be working perfectly. I mean, you see the bait there in the water. We're standing on the bank here back at one of the local reservoirs near where I live. No boat access this year for this particular lake, so I'm just popping around on the bank here. We've got a fish down there looking at our Coike. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this seems to be a really good solution to get more of your bites in the boat, or in this case on the bank. And check this out, look at that cast. Like, can't do that with 20-pound fluorocarbon, or 15 for that matter, because it's got, I think I've got a 16th ounce weight in that thing, and got some excellent casting distance on that. But working pretty good for me so far, guys. I think this is going to be the way to go. If I'm sure somebody has tried this already, but you might see this catch on in future tournaments, at least with the, I'm 44, but with the older Elite Series guys. My vision's about 20/30, but in low light, man, my vision sucks at daybreak and dusk and after dark and things like that. But this bright white line or green line definitely is a lot easier to see. And I caught a fish a minute ago on there. I'll clip it in. You might be able to see the line jump. I'll see if I can catch a couple more. But that is a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader, and we've got about, this is a 7-foot rod. You can see the knot up there at the tip. We're coming to the base. It's about a 7-foot leader. You don't want it to get into your reel, but when we're reeled up here, I probably should shorten that a little bit actually, but check that out. Nice long bomb of a cast with an almost weightless bait. But that's just a 7-foot medium heavy old Denali N3 that I bought years ago when I had a deal with them, and Revo Premier, Abu Garcia Revo Premier, that I actually just fixed. It was locking up on the cast, and I took it apart, cleaned it, and oiled it, and there was a few pieces jammed up against the spool in there, and I just took it out, and we're working perfectly now. But onto the line, that obviously we just said that is a Seaguar red label fluorocarbon leader, but this line for the main line is, as always, Berkley X9 braid and 30-pound test. And 30-pound braid is usually what I throw topwaters on, because you get, you know, really good, super strong line. You're not going to break it, and it casts a really long way. Berkley X9 is my favorite braid. It's slick, but try that braid to leader combination on your Coike rod. Check out this ball of bass fry down here, kind of hanging out right underneath our Coike. But give that a try. Setup on the Coike is, that's the new Cliff Pace model Coike. I think he calls it Black Label OFO, and that is a BKK hook. I'm not sure what that one's called. It's a 1/0 hook, but that's just a 1/16 ounce lead nail weight in there. But please remember to subscribe, guys. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Give this braid to fluorocarbon on a bait caster a shot, and I think it'll help you get some more of your fish in the boat and detect those bites a little bit earlier. And like we said before, check this out, improve your casting distance. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch y'all on the next one.